Hello, in this video I'll show you how to edit your raw photos and how to do color grading in only Photoshop. And in case this is what you have always wanted to learn from, simply hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And for those interested in getting the raw image practice and follow along with this tutorial, simply check the link in the video description to download the raw file and practice as we follow along with this tutorial. So let's just get into Camera Raw. Remember, as soon as you open up a raw image in Photoshop, it is going to automatically be opened up in Camera Raw to help you to convert it into a JPEG that is supported by Photoshop. So right now, this is the interface of Camera Raw. So for this, I'll just first of all correct the lighting and contrast issues regarding this very image under the light option. So you can set we have highlights, whites, shadows, and blacks. So I'll first of all come to the highlights because I prefer to first handle the highlights to reduce on the highlights, especially on the model skin, and I as well play around with the whites just like this to reduce on the whites on the model skin. After that, I simply come and introduce contrast. So you can add contrast or remove contrast from the image. So removing contrast is going to make the image pale. So for this, I'll just come and I add contrast to this image to around 12 and take the blacks down to introduce more information in the black areas and open up the shadows just like this. But the more you move this, the more gray the dark areas are going to be. So you have to be careful with this. So after this, you can, so I'm just going to leave it at around 75. I feel like this is okay. Then after this, I'm just going to come and open up the exposure to brighten up the overall image. Once you're done doing that, just come to where you see the color option right here. And under color, we have the white balance, and you can change the temperature, tint, vibrance, and saturation. So for this, we shall come to the temperature. Remember, personally, I'm a fan of warm images. By warm, I mean I prefer to have my white balance around 5500 Kelvin. So white balance determines the amount of cool tones or warm tones that you want to achieve in the image. So for this kind of image, you can see it moves, or this option moves from the blue to yellow. So in case you have taken a photo and it has a little bit more of yellows, move the temperature slider towards the blue side to eliminate the yellows. And in case you have taken an image and it is too bluish, move the slider towards the yellow side. So for this, I'll just move this towards the yellow side to slightly warm up the image. So I feel like that is okay. Then in case I've taken a photo and it has a kind of color cast to it, you can play around with the tint. So in case that color is either green or magenta, you can play around with the tint option. So for this, I won't play around with the vibrance and tint options. But in case you want the image to pop, I would recommend you play around with the vibrance to make the less dominant colors look the same or similar with the surrounding colors of the image. So I prefer vibrance to saturation. So for this, I'll just scroll down to the color mixer, and under color mixer, you have to understand it deals with hue, saturation, and luminance. By hue or playing around with the hue slider, you are basically changing a color. Then when you come to saturation, saturation deals with the intensity of a color. Luminance basically deals with the brightness levels of a given color. So for this, come to the hues, and let me show you how hues are going to be affecting the image. So when it comes to the greens, for example, and play around with the hues, by moving the green slider hue towards the right hand side, we are making the greens look like the color below it, which is the aquas. And by moving this slider towards the left hand side, you're making like the greens look like a color above it, which is the yellows. So after understanding how hue affects the image, it is time to apply it to this image. So I tend to love my greens to pop a little bit. So I just move the greens towards the aquas to make the greens pop in the background. And this makes the image look a little bit more lively. Then once you do that, it's going to make the greens oversaturated. So come to saturation. Remember, saturation deals with the intensity of a color. So I'll just come to the saturation of the greens and slightly desaturate the green color just like this. And by just doing this, you can see the before and after. So depending on the colors that you want to affect in the image, you can play around with different sliders of that given color in the photo that you're trying to work on. So you can see luminance is the brightness level of the color. So you can see you can darken the greens and you can also brighten the greens. So depending on your taste or to your taste, you can play around with any targeted colors regarding reds, oranges, yellows, greens, aquas, blues, purples, and magentas. So after understanding how the color mixer works, we are going to come to the color grading option right here in camera raw. So color grading basically means you can add a given color according to midtones, shadows, and highlights. So you can add a given color in midtones. You can add a targeted color for the shadows, as well as adding a targeted color for the highlights in the image. So let me show you how this basically works. So we shall come to the image. So you can see when you click in the middle and you drag this around, you can see how it is affecting the midtones. So the closer this circle is towards the edge of the circle or the circumference, it is going to make that color too much or intense, and the closer this middle circle is, the lesser the intensity of a given color. So to reset, simply double click on the circle to reset any color. So for this, let's try to apply this. So for the shadows, we shall just come and try to cool down the shadows by adding a tiny bit of the blues, just a little bit. And we shall come to the midtones and simply add a little bit of oranges to our midtones, just like that. So depending on what you want, and you can even add a given color for the highlights. So let's say before and after for just the color grading, you can see how it has affected the image. So you can as well come right here and you try to balance the colors regarding the three options. After understanding how those work, we are simply going to come and open the image in Photoshop for us to learn about simple tools we can use to make the image colors look even better. So in Photoshop, the very first thing I tend to do is, first of all, do the skin retouching. Ensure that you first of all do the skin retouching before you go into this step. Once you're done retouching or editing the skin of the subject, you go ahead to create even or uniform skin tones for the subject. So simply come to the background layer and duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J, or you can use Command J on the keyboard to create a copy from the background layer. Then come to select and come to subject, so that you can select the edges of the subject that you want to work on. And you can see Photoshop really does a perfect job. Once you have selected the edges of the subject, come and create a new empty layer and change the blend mode of the empty layer from normal to color. Then come to the brushes and get the brush tool, and for the settings, soft round brush is selected, the mode is set to normal, opacity and the flow at 100%. And after that, simply zoom in and sample an area on the skin color that you want the rest of the model's skin to look like. So for this, I'll hold down the space bar and sample from the face. So usually we sample from the face area because it is a very good area to select. So option and click on that area that you prefer the rest of the skin to look like. So after sampling, option and click on that area, start painting over the skin. So I'll quickly paint on the model skin because I don't want the tutorial to be a pretty long one. So I'm just going to quickly paint on the skin, but keep out from the hair and other areas that have or contain makeup like the eyeshadows. So I'll quickly paint. So you can see right now the color doesn't look nice or okay, but we shall perfect that later on as the tutorial goes along. So I'm just going to paint like that. So I'll just come to the lower part of the body and try to paint. So this step is basically for getting nice or even skin color for all the areas of the model's skin. So you can see it is just as simple as clicking and painting color in those particular or specific areas regarding the model's skin. And in that way, it is going to create a nice balance or even colors in the model's skin. So I'm just going to quickly paint on this other hand, or some people call it the arm. So I just paint like that. And after painting, the next step is basically to fine tune the colors. So in order to fine tune these colors, you're just going to first of all come and eliminate colors from areas that we accidentally painted by pressing Command D to deselect the active selection. Then come and get the eraser tool. With the eraser tool selected, just get a very small brush and start painting. So for the settings of the eraser, it is simply set to brush, opacity, and the flat 100%. So I'll just quickly paint. So in case you missed out a given area, press B for the brush to paint color in areas that you may have missed. E is for the eraser. The shortcut of the eraser is E. B is for the brush. So I'm just going to quickly paint in those particular areas to eliminate colors from those areas that I never wanted to paint, or the areas that I accidentally painted on. So once you're done doing this, the next step is simply going to be to fine tune the colors so they can look nice and natural. So just come to opacity, reduce on the opacity just like this. And in case the skin is looking too orange, you can come and create a hue and saturation adjustment layer. So for the skin, in case it is looking too greenish or reddish, come to master, select the reds and play around with the hue values to see a good balance of the skin colors. I feel like that is okay. So to eliminate reds or greens from the skin tone, select the reds and play around with the hues to see what works best for you. So right now the skin is looking too orange. Come to the lightness and simply click on the lightness slider and take down the lightness, and this is going to make the skin look better and it's going to take away the orange color from the skin tone. You can see before, after. Once you're done doing this, you can even come and create a black and white adjustment layer. And after creating it, change the blend mode from normal to multiply. Come to opacity and reduce on the opacity of the multiply blend mode. Then you can add a selective color adjustment layer by coming and you target selective color. So selective color deals with a given color selectively or independently. So you can come to, for example, the blacks, and you play around with the blacks of the image by moving these sliders. So for this, since I have a little bit of a red color cast in the blacks of the image, come to the cyan and I move the cyan slider towards the right hand side, and this is going to make the image look better, and the blacks are going to be a little bit more cinematic, even the greens in the background. So you can see before, after, before, after. The image now looks great and it is now popping. So next you can come and create a color balance. So color balance basically works as the color grading tool in Camera Raw as we saw earlier on. So I'm just going to come right here, for example, to my highlights. I may decide to add a tiny bit of greens to the highlights, or I can just come and decide to add a tiny bit of blues to my highlights, just like that. Then you can even come to the midtones and you cool down the midtones slightly just by adding a tiny bit of blues to cool down the midtones. So you can see before and after for just the color balance. So once you're done doing this, you can save the image. So I just wanted to show you how you can easily edit your raw images and get the best out of them when it comes to Photoshop and Camera Raw. So in case you use Lightroom, you can as well follow the same processes or steps to edit your image. So this is it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to keep practicing and as well keep creating.